Hey everybody, it's Nicole with Celestial Messages, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the full moon in Gemini coming up. Depending where you are in the world, it occurs December 11th or 12th. I am Eastern Standard Time, so it occurs on the 12th for me, of the 12th day of the 12th month at 12:12 a.m. So that's a lot of 12s going on with this full moon, and we will talk about that a little bit further down in the video. So when you have a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposing each other. So they're at opposite ends of the spectrum, and you kind of got to figure out how you can make the two of them work together. Whereas a new moon, the energies are conjunct each other and together. So Gemini is a masculine or active mutable air sign. And with this full moon, you can expect a lot of new ideas coming through. Your mind may actually be so busy that if you have ideas that you really want to grab and hold on to, I suggest you write them down because ideas are going to be coming in super fast. And as soon as they come in, they might be gone again and there's a new idea coming in. So your mind's going to be really busy. So Gemini rules mental stimulation, curiosity, imagination, data, communication, things like that. Gemini tends to rule over the lower mind, whereas Sagittarius, where the sun is the higher mind. And so with this full moon, you are kind of being guided to look at things in a more logical and mundane way, like when it comes to your emotions and how you're feeling about things. And I also want to take a look at the sign of Mercury because Mercury rules over Gemini. So we want to see what Mercury is doing this full moon. Mercury is also all about communication, short trips, things like that. But it may be a little bit tough on communication this month because Mercury has moved into the sign of Sagittarius, where us astrologers call it detriment. So what that means is it's not operating at its full power. It's not completely happy there. So you may be a little bit more free with your speech than you're used to, but you're also going to have to watch your words and what you say to other people. Okay. And I just want to do a quick note on Jupiter because Jupiter has moved from the sign of Sagittarius, where it's very much at home and loves to be, into the sign of Capricorn. And Jupiter will be located here for about a year because Jupiter usually spends approximately a year in every sign. So Jupiter is all about expansion, fun, abundance, things like that, where Capricorn is the exact opposite. It's about constriction and things like that. So this is a year where Jupiter will feel constricted. And if you know anything about astrology, you might want to take a look at where Jupiter is sitting in your chart, because not just that it will feel constricted, but you're going to know where you need to put in a lot of hard work in order to reap benefits. And if you're willing to put that hard work in, then the gifts of Jupiter will expand in your life and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Okay. Then with this full moon, we have Jupiter square Chiron, and Chiron is in the sign of Aries for a little bit longer. And Aries is a sign that's all about yourself. So you need to let go of your expectations of how you think things should look. And when you release and let go, things will happen in ways that you least expect. The lesson here with Jupiter square Chiron is stop trying to control everything. Okay. So I also want to talk to you about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and then the stellium that we have going on in the sign of Capricorn. So if you aren't aware yet of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, let me introduce you. This is an aspect that will come to a head in January 2020. So people have already been feeling this aspect in their life in different ways, and this is a very strong aspect. It's one of those things that it's going to leave a mark on your life. There's going to be something where you're going to be able to look back and say, yeah, that's what happened. That's what was going on at this time. And it very well is going to have to do with the Saturn and Pluto conjunction. So you might feel like the world is closing in on you or that you're losing things or people in your life. But what's really happening is you are losing things that no longer serve you. The conjunction is serious and should be taken as such, and things will be put in your path or taken from your path to awaken you to your true path. Basically, there's no more games to be played. It's serious time. So I'm not saying this to scare anyone, but this transit is a big one, and astrologers have been talking about it for a while. So on this full moon, Venus has snuck in between Saturn and Pluto. So what this creates is a stellium, and a stellium is when 3 or more planets are conjunct together, usually in the same sign. So when Venus conjuncts Pluto, you might have a little bit more difficulty within relationships. The intensity level is turned way up, and then you have the constrictive energy of Saturn taking away what's no longer needed in your relationships, okay? So relationships is a really big topic for this full moon. Communication, doing your best to communicate the best way possible with the energies that are presented. And then I just want to add in that Jupiter is not part of the stellium because it does not conjunct. However, it's sitting on the side of it, also in the sign of Capricorn. So there's a lot of Capricornian energy going on, and it basically means it's time to take stock of your life, to look at what's important, to look at what you want to work hard for, and the time for playing and just letting things slide has kind of passed, and work and discipline has begun. So I want to talk about the numerology also. So there are 2 numbers that stand out with this full moon, and the first one is 19 because the full moon is at 19 degrees of Gemini. And 19 is made up of the first and last of the single digit numbers, 1 and 9. So these numbers are all about new beginnings and endings. So you need to be able to stand your own and take into consideration everything that you have learned in the past little while, because new beginnings in which you need that wisdom are coming, okay? And the other number that stands out even more than 19 is the number 12. So the full moon happens on the 12th day of the 12th month at 12:12 a.m. for those that go by Eastern Standard Time. And when you break down 2019, it's broken down into 12. So this could be considered a 12/12 portal. Things are changing. It's like a sign that, okay, it's time to make some different choices. And 12 is a highly creative number. Learning is a big part of the number 12, and you are being leveled up. So you will have a big education, and aha moments will be happening quite a bit as this 12/12 portal opens up. And you might start new education within school. You might start a new course that you're interested in for your own private interest or benefit. There'll even be spiritual and emotional education and aha moments coming up for you with this 12/12 portal. So you are opening up and looking at life from a new perspective with this energy, okay? And then I just want to go into the card for the full moon that I pulled, and it is the change card, okay? The thunder moon. So this full moon is all about change, clearly. It sometimes can be difficult, but it is much needed. But the change can come on suddenly, and it can dismantle what no longer works in your life. It can create feelings of unease, but it is necessary. There are things you know you should have been changing, but instead you have let them slide. And so the universe is coming in and making those changes for you. You need to get in the mindset of welcoming change, because some doors may be closing, but beautiful new ones are opening if you are willing to embrace the change. So I want to thank you all for being present with me. Please ignore that beeping in the background throughout the whole video if you guys are able to hear it, which I'm assuming you probably can. So I just want to thank you all for your support, and I'm going to do my best to keep putting out these videos. They're something new for me, but I'm going to keep doing it and get better every time, hopefully. So I hope you guys enjoy the full moon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful December. And I look forward to talking to you guys about the next new moon that's coming up in Capricorn, which is actually a solar eclipse on and around Christmas. So thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you guys later.